Hey everybody, Bonehead for the Bonehead podcast, and this is a bit of an editorial. So, this week I got back from the hospital with Libby again. Parenting is great fun, she's fine. And I had post, which was very exciting. And it was Warhammer the Old World. My camera's mirrored, that's fine. Which I've been very excited about. Mostly just because, like, look at the size of this rulebook, this is very cool, it's all very, very, very exciting. But it was very late, and Games Workshop have been having these delivery issues for a very long time now, and the Old World release really got me thinking about Blood Bowl. Before we go anywhere, I just want to say that as far as the rules are concerned, I think that Blood Bowl is perfect. I think it is perfectly imperfect. And before I kind of delve into why I'm worried about Blood Bowl, I've got to say that actually, think about Blood Bowl as a supermarket sandwich or as a chain restaurant dinner. It has to be perfect for nobody, but it has to be good for everybody. This is why if you pick up a sandwich at the supermarket, you're like, oh man, I wish this had more mustard, or I wish this had significantly less butter, or whatever. If I made this sandwich, I would do it this way. It's like if you go to Wagamama's. I love Wagamama's. The chili squid, I would love to have more chili. The firecracker chicken, I would love to have more chili. But I understand that what they're trying to do is make the best thing for the most people. And very much like Wagamama's, I think that the guys doing the Blood Bowl game right now are doing a brilliant job. There's a few things that we're all kind of about, which is like obviously some of the powerfulness of the star players, the wildly accurate rule, wildly inaccurate, and there's probably a couple of other genuinely very minor things about the game. Generally speaking, the way the game plays is awesome, and all we really want is more. More Blood Bowl is more better, and that is really a very solid place to start. So I'm not worried about the game of Blood Bowl. What I am worried about is the support of it. And what do I mean by that? Let's talk Old World. Old World, let's talk Legions Imperialis, okay? Epic. I was very excited for Epic to be re-released. And they showed a load of it, they spoiled a load of it, and then they delayed a load of it. And by the time it was released, I was kind of bored of it. I was like, I'm bored of this now. I've seen it, I've thought about it, and I've moved on to the next shiny thing. And then the Old World. I was very excited. Now, all I've done is buy the rulebook and print a load of stuff off because I couldn't really do anything else around here. So, I've not got in super deep. What I did do was pre-order the book. And that leads me to kind of my concern. I pre-ordered this book. I pre-order stuff because I want it on release day. I want to be part of the hype. And that is fundamentally a lot of why we buy what we buy. It's the opportunity, it's the potential. You know, we've got a pile of potential everywhere, everyone has. But you know, you pick up that extra team because it'd be fun to play with. Or maybe I could do this. I'll get a stab because maybe I can run him one day with my chaos team, or maybe I could put him with Nurgle and pull off an upset. That'd be pretty cool. It's the maybes of wargaming is what we get excited about. And being a part of the hype is a huge thing. Like, this book was £40. I'm not going to get that £40 back. You know, like you guys, I worked hours for that £40. And it's a thing I want. I want to be a part of it. I want to open it on release day. I want to be there. I want to get my book. I want to open it. I want to be a part of all the hype. I want to read the rules at the same time as everyone else. I want to be part of that first wave. That's the whole point of pre-ordering. You pre-order a Harry Potter novel, you get it on the pre-order day. You get it on the day. You pre-order Magic the Gathering, you get it on the day, and you're part of that hype. You're part of that special moment. That's why we gamers like tournaments. It's a special moment. It's a moment in time that I'm sharing with other people, and that's what pre-orders should be. But there's a bit of a trend, and it's twofold. And the first one is the delivery issues that Games Workshop are having. They worry me significantly, and specifically for Blood Bowl. Okay, and I'll talk to you about why. I pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered it from Entoyment because I love Entoyment. I don't need this. I'm probably never going to play this, but I wanted it. And Tiff was like, get it, you love it, get it. Like, it can be a present from me and Libby, get it. I'm like, okay, fine, you've twisted my arm, I'll buy something from Entoyment. So I pre-ordered it from Entoyment. And then I got an email from Entoyment saying, sorry guys, Games Workshop haven't delivered the stuff. And then I went on the old world Facebook groups and saw that Games Workshop weren't delivering stuff to many stores, including their own. And that's the bit that gets me very worried. So on release day, many Games Workshops in this country, I get it, America, it's far, there's snow, it's difficult, these things happen. That is, I understand that. Like, a thing has happened that is unusual. And I get that the Games Workshop are backed up. But having that pre-order not there for the people that have paid the money to get it on release day in the actual brick and mortar shops is a problem. But it's a that's an indication that the problem is a serious problem. But the bigger thing is that the friendly local game stores who grow the game, who support the game, can't get the stuff and give it to the people who've paid for it. And that is the thing. I love Entoyment, but dude, if I didn't love Entoyment, I would have cancelled my order. That would have been it. I've been like, I'll just go get it from somewhere that has it in stock. Or I'll just get the PDF. Because there's that instant, it's not necessarily the instant satisfaction part of it, but it's the part of, I want to be a part of this on pre-order day. Pre-order my stuff so I get it on time. That is what it is about. I was just like, well, if I'm not going to get it on pre-order day and be part of like the cool, I can open it, I can read it, we can all have a look at it together, then it's kind of like, well, what does it really matter? Like, if I hadn't ordered it from Entoyment, I would have just been like, don't worry about it, I'll pick it up at some point. Or I probably won't. And that's what worries me about Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is a small game. It's a niche game. And I'm going to paint you a picture now, so sorry for rambling. I'm going to paint you a picture. Games Workshop release a new team. Much hype. We love this. This is very exciting. And everybody pre-orders it. They pre-order the Spike magazine, they pre-order the team, and then on pre-order release day, it doesn't come. What do people do? It's a small thing. You buy one box of Blood Bowl. You don't, it's not like, I got half my order and it's a box and a book. Okay, maybe a pitch, maybe some dice. They don't come in. They get undershipped. That goes. That creates a situation. So I love Entoyment because I want to support them because they help grow the game and it's wicked. But say I pre-order my Blood Bowl team from them and Games Workshop don't ship it, or you order it from Games Workshop themselves and you go to collect it at the store and the store you ordered it to they didn't get their delivery, they don't have it. You're like, well, I'll cancel my order. I'll go get it somewhere else. That causes a massive issue for the friendly local gaming stores that play the game, that grow the game. Okay, that's its own thing. I love, support your stores. The bigger thing is the vulnerability when it comes to Blood Bowl and 3D printing and third party. Now, I love the 3D printing element of Blood Bowl. I think is wicked. But the reason I think is wicked is because I can have my Games Workshop Norse team, and I can have my Hungry Troll Norse team, and I can have my Realm of Paths Norse team, and I've got this Orc team and another Orc team, and I can pick the models I'd like to print. And I'm not saying you don't buy the Games Workshop team. I'm saying that you buy the Games Workshop team, but because of the price of the Blood Bowl teams, you can also treat yourself down the line to, okay, that Brute Fun team is very cool. Do I need another Skaven team? Yes, I do, because I want to paint it. That's my treat. You can go that route. The vulnerability and my concern. Games Workshop release a new Blood Bowl team, and it doesn't turn up. People can cancel their orders because the stock isn't there, and then they just pick up a third-party team instead. Well, they already ordered the third-party team, and it's already there. The third-party team is good to go, whereas the Games Workshop actual one isn't, and the orders get cancelled, and then what happens? And this is my concern. This is why I'm worried about Blood Bowl. Because of this distribution situation, is that Games Workshop start seeing that less people are bothering to buy the team. Less people are bothering to buy it because they're not going to get it. So if I want a new Skaven team, and they've released a new bunch of Skaven rules, and the Games Workshop team, I've pre-ordered it to be there, and I'm like, oh, well, that's just rubbish. Next time I won't bother. And that's the issue, is next time I won't bother. Vampires, cool, I love this, let's get the vampire team. Or, oh, cool, vampires, I'm not going to bother with the Games Workshop team because it's not going to turn up, so I'll just go get a third-party team instead. And then all that happens is they get less sales for Blood Bowl. And we kind of need Blood Bowl to succeed for Games Workshop so that they continue to support it. Now, I know if Games Workshop stopped supporting this game right now, the game would be fine. It would flourish the same way as it is now, because the community for Blood Bowl are used to that, and they're just awesome. But I want more Blood Bowl. I want Blood Bowl to continue to develop. I want it to continue to be relevant. I want it to continue to evolve and be exciting and new, because the newness brings in players, brings players back to Blood Bowl, or just brings them into Blood Bowl. And that's why I think that's why I love the new teams. But my concern here is that if this distribution thing that's turned me off Imperialis because I didn't bother, and then there was a massive issue, wasn't there? I went in and actually paid for something, and then it wasn't there, and I know I'm acting like a spoilt brat because my book wasn't there. I was disappointed. I wasn't that fussed. It's fine. I mean, look, it came yesterday and I still haven't read it. But when it comes to Blood Bowl, like, it's a thing. It's kind of like you buy a team or you don't buy a team. And if you're excited by the hype and you want to support Games Workshop and your friendly local gaming store, and you buy the team and it doesn't come up and you cancel it because you can't be bothered anymore, or you don't bother ordering it next time because it doesn't come, then the game starts to be unsupported. And it's a really funny one, because it's not like any of us are going, I'm particularly not going to buy Games Workshop stuff because I'll buy third party instead. Nobody's doing that. Alright, some people are doing that, but it's not very many. And most of us are going, cool, I'll get the new vampire team. And then 6 months later, someone does a cool vampire Kickstarter and you're like, oh, that is cool. Okay, I'll have two. And that's fine. But once you've got a team, the Games Workshop teams become potentially less shiny. It's less, ooh, new release, and more, is it as good as the one I've already got? Maybe. If it is, you pick it up. If it's not, then you don't, and that support is gone. So I'm worried about Blood Bowl because of the distribution, because if we do get another team in the future and they're not able to actually provide it to the people that have paid for it, then the people are going to stop paying for it. And that's going to cause us potentially a big issue. And the second thing is, well, I kind of alluded to this, but what is happening with Games Workshop previews and reviews and pre-orders and stuff at the moment is a little bit, I think, counterintuitive. And it's really interesting, and we've kind of seen it with Old World as well. This is a really good one, and I know it happened with Imperialis, is we see the preview, we see the exciting thing, and then nothing happens, and that's fine, and then it comes back and it's up for pre-order, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, you know what, I'm interested to see what that's about, I'm going to pick a copy of that up. And then you either do it or you don't get a chance, and then later on YouTube you see 75 people who've already got the book just reading the book out to you, just looking at it, and you're like, yeah, kind of less excited about it now because I've seen it, I've completed it, I've experienced it, I've read the rules, I've seen the game played. It takes that excitement away, I think, a little bit. There's a little bit less shine. I like the hype, I like the mystery, I love opening a sealed booster pack. As a child, the most exciting thing was when we went to Toys R Us, and I didn't want any of the cool stuff or the big toys. I just wanted a 50p packet of Boglins or Monster in my pockets, because I'm like, I don't know, this is a little bag of potential. What am I going to get? And that's cool. That, again, that's another part of the hype. And if you go into a pre-order window where you pre-order it, you see the product out there all over the place, and you don't even get your pre-order at the end of it, you've completed the purchasing experience without ever having the product. Whoa, sorry, Mike. Without ever having the product, and at that point, if you haven't got the product and you've seen it played through and you've seen all the stuff, and you're kind of like, I'm on to the next thing now, you cancel your order. Games Workshop doesn't get the money, they don't get the support. Your local friendly gaming store doesn't get the money, and they don't get your support. And then we start having a bit of an issue. Anyway, I'm sorry to ramble, and I'm sorry this is a little bit negative. It isn't negative. The Blood Bowl game, Blood Bowl is where it is awesome, and I have got my fingers crossed for an epic year in Blood Bowl. Even if Games Workshop literally shut up shop today, as you can see, we've got the studio, the pitch is being built there, the stadium is upstairs, and as soon as my child calms down a little bit, I can work a bit more on it, and I'm really hoping to start filming some games next month. We've got Beachhead coming up in a few weeks' time as well, and then we've got the Dungeon Bowl tournament in April, and then we've got the team tournament in June, and then we've got Bonehead Bowl at the end of the year. Like, that's just the stuff we're doing. Ben's going to tournaments. We're going to be live streaming many games. We're going to be doing loads of stuff. So even if Games Workshop says, nah, we're not doing Blood Bowl anymore, we've got the rules, we've got the models, and we're going to have the fun, because more Blood Bowl is more better. I just really hope they get their logistics sorted soon, because I want to be excited and I want to give them my money. I just want to get stuff in return for it. Anyway, I'm going to go hold my child and try and read this book. That's going to go well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll be back soon with more bubble content. Happy blocking. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube Members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us make more content and hopefully do it of better quality. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy blocking.